everybody. So this is going to be a full walkthrough of how you can publish your book on IngramSpark. So I just went to create a new title and I've put in my information and I'm going to do the rest right here with you. So my ISBN, I bought off of my identifiers, and if you check on bethanystall.com/classes, there will be a link to where you can get your ISBNs. And if you are not in the US, I will put a link there. That way you can find where you should buy your ISBN. So there is one official place for every country. So you do want to make sure you're getting it straight from the source instead of from a third party. Okay, I own the copyright. And now we need authors and contributors. So that is in there. My imprint is my name, so this would be either your name or your publishing company name. My publishing company name is actually my name. I did have a publishing company name. It got very confusing for the area I live in. They were not understanding that the business name had one employee. It just got very confusing legally, so I decided to change my publishing name just to my personal name. That way they can no longer possibly be confused that I own the entity and the entity is me. Obviously, this is something I specifically did for where I live in my local government. However, in your area, it may be different. And this is 100% up to you on what you want to do for your company or your imprint or anything like that. So subjects, there's a 3 subject maximum. So you do have to click over here and we are just going to browse and see if we can find some. So this is for Save the Scraps. So it is juvenile fiction, and we can click this plus and sort of see what's going on here. Just keep going and see if we can find something. Okay, science and nature. Yes, the environment. Oh, and that closes it out, so you have to go through it all again. Okay, let's see if we can expand this. Okay, so there is a plus, but there's nothing else under environment. Let's see. Let's look up compost. Nothing. Okay, recycling. Okay, juvenile fiction. Recycling. Let's do that. And then let's find one more. Earth. Okay, so I picked 3. My audience is going to be not an elementary to high school textbook, but juvenile, so child 0 to 12. And then the book is about, I'd say 3 to 8. And that's going to be K to 3rd. So ideally, my book is definitely most liked and preferred by 1st graders. However, I have had it read in kindergartens to 6th grade, actually. I just heard a 6th grade teacher was reading the Save the Earth series, which is really cool that they're adapting it to so many different audiences. But we'll just bump that up to 4th grade. So it's for a wide range of kids, and I think it's concepts that they can keep utilizing, which is really cool. So the full description, I am just going to grab this off of Amazon. If you have not yet written a description, this is when you need to write a description. So let me go over to Amazon. So this book is already published, but I had an issue with my original hardcover. So I messed up with the ISBN. So I'm actually republishing it under a new ISBN, which is why it's not here. I am just going to grab my description that I've already worked on and just pop it in here. Good enough. Keywords. So This is kind of like on Amazon, what you want keywords for people who are going to search your book. So they give a bunch of different examples like important locations, important topics, the tone or writing style, so like psychological thriller. So this is obviously more for older books, but you can do children's Earth Day book, or Children's Earth Day, Earth Day, composting for kids, composting for children, recycling, save the earth, save the scraps, and what is this? A short description. So you can go ahead and put that in there. I am just going to take this one line that summarizes the book up, put that in there, and move forward. There we go. For some reason that didn't click forward. So my trim size, I do 8.5 by 8.5. Here it is. My interior is color. I do recommend this standard color 70. These pages are just slightly thicker, and I think they provide not only more sturdiness, but I think they also absorb the color better. I have previously said I've never gotten complaints about the quality from Ingram, but I have when my books such as Mermaids, Mermaids in the Sea, and Dreaming in the Night, which I do not use Ingram for anymore, they have very solid pages. So if you guys have seen that book or gotten it on a free download day, or you guys have purchased those books of mine, they have a solid color page with text, and then the other side's the illustration, versus my Save the Earth series, which is full spreads. When you have a concentrated one color, Ingram is not great. So it just looks like they dipped it in water and then dried it out, and the color quality is not there, and it doesn't go well. So if you have any big bricks of solid color, you may want to stick to KDP, but I would just not advise it for big bricks of color like I have in those books. And I do free days all the time if you don't want to buy those books. So just stay up to date with my social media if you want to see what I'm talking about for examples, and then grab a copy to see a digital copy. That way you guys can see. And then if you do, don't forget to leave a review, because we all know how important those are. So this is going to be for a hardcover. So I already did my paperback. Why I do use Ingram for my Save the Earth series is because the colors are so mixed in the illustrations that I'm not getting clumps of one solid color, which it does much, much, much better with. So I am hoping in time that Ingram does get better with their color quality for those larger bricks of solid color. Okay, and it's going to be a case laminate. And I like the gloss covers. That's what I've done for my Save the Earth series. Their matte covers are really nice, and I do recommend matte for an older audience of books. The page count is 32, and the market's in the United States. Okay, I do my retail price at $20. I do the wholesale discount at $55. And then I do allow returns, and currently I'm doing destroy because typically if they're returning my book, in my experience, they're returning it because it has a problem, and I don't want those books back. If you do pick deliver, and I'll link the podcast where I talk about this. So you do have to pay delivery fees if you choose this, which can get expensive. You also have to pay for the book anyways if they're destroying it. So if you have good faith, your books are coming back to you, or if you have a large amount of books coming back to you, and they are in good quality, I would absolutely deliver them and then resell them at fairs. But in our current environment, I have had all my book fairs canceled for this year. All my in-person sales have been diminished this year. I don't know when in-person events are going to get back to normal, if ever. So I don't want to be stuck with books because I know I can't sell them. Oops. So you can make this discount anything you want, but I'm just going for the 55, and this is going to show your compensation per book. Okay, and then I accept this. And then this automatically does the currency. You guys can change this. So if I want the UK to pay more, I can just go ahead and pop that up there. But it's really up to you. What was that at? $15.99, I believe. Enable a look inside. Okay, they're saying you have access for up to 90% of the book. I haven't actually seen this. I haven't uploaded any titles recently. I'm just going to not check those. And the publication date of this book was actually a while ago, September 4th. Let's see if I can backdate it. Oh, I can. Okay, so now we are to the page where you upload your book. So if you need help with your interior, I do have an 8.5 by 8.5 interior available, which is what I use every single time without an issue. And then the print cover, if you are on bethanystall.com/classes, you will have that link that will bring you to download a cover from IngramSpark, perfectly sized for your book. So I'm going to upload these really quick and then we'll move on. Okay, so my cover. Ooh. I was going to use the cover that I had before, but if you notice, this is the wrong barcode. I am so glad I opened this because I am going to have to change that. Here we are on the cover generator, so I am going to grab my ISBN number and we will be right back. 3. Okay. Now, if you're logged into your account, it should load all of your settings so far. And I do include the price in the barcode because that is what retailers prefer, such as bookstores, and I do want them to buy this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so now I'm just gonna go check my email and download that template. Okay, so I've gotten this. Gonna download that. Open this up. Okay, so I just need the barcode. So I'm going to copy the barcode here. So Control C, Control V, and I am going to delete that guy and I'm going to put this barcode right in its place. So that looks good. And just zoom in here. And yes, that is my new one. That has the price there. So that's all perfect. This was already formatted and proofed, so I know this is good. So I'm just going to go to export. So export that guy. We're going to go back to Ingram. And back to this page. So our cover. We are uploading that now. Woohoo! All right. Looks good. Continue on. So if you use their cover template and you use either my file or you created a file, you should have no issues. I've actually had no errors ever uploading to IngramSpark. I've had much more errors on KDP than IngramSpark. I know a lot of people have the opposite experience, but IngramSpark has been completely fine for me always in terms of uploading. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure my title's spelled correctly, my name's spelled correctly. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. To get away with not paying this, we are going to check my Patreon. I just posted for you guys a coupon code, so free 2020. Let's use that. And check that out, it's free. I agree, submit. So whenever I find coupon codes or am made aware of them, I will definitely post them to my Self-Pub Squad. That way you guys can get those. Okay, so it was successful. What's going to happen now is I am going to get an email within a few days that is going to say, hey, your proof is ready. They're going to give me an eProof. This is what it's going to look like when you are approving a title on IngramSpark. So I just downloaded my proof, and then I will have a bunch of options here. So let me open my proof. Now, what I like to do is these lines here, these lower lines where my mouse is going to be what is cut off. This extra space here actually gets wrapped around the cover, which is why mine looks a little funny. I put a different picture behind it that will be cut off, but it will look like it extends, and it's just a cheat I do. So what I do is I hold up a computer paper or I scroll my screen right here, and that's going to be the top of the book. So everything looks good. And then again, I'll hold up a computer paper or scroll to right here. That's the bottom where it's going to cut off. And then I always make sure that my text is aligned even when I know it is. So right now, I'm just holding up a piece of computer paper and checking, and everything is perfectly centered, so I know I'm good to go. With the interior, this is how it's going to look. So I'm just going to scroll through this. I've checked this already, so I already know this is good. So I'm just going to close this out. And then this is where I get to choose an option. So if I click this first option, this means as soon as I do this, it's going to be ready to be ordered. So if you're not ready for people to order your book, do not click this option. This will immediately make it available on Amazon, and by immediately, I mean a few days, just for them to cycle it. And it will be out there. If you're not ready for it to be out there, if you're waiting or anything of that sort, you're going to say that you approve it, but just for you, and then you can always change it later. Now, if there was a problem, you can either reject it or you can upload revised content. Since this looks good, and I do want this to go for sale immediately, I'm going to go ahead and click approve and continue and no. So them promoting your title, that's a paid advertising service where you can be included in their catalog. I have not done it, so I can't speak on it. However, I have done research, and there is a lot of people who don't think it is worth it. So that is why I haven't tried it, but perhaps it's something I can try for you guys in the future and then let you know my thoughts. But again, I'm not saying don't do it. I haven't tried it, so I can't speak from my own personal experience. So that is good to go, and they will send me an email when it is time to be ready. But I do always recommend, before you enable it for distribution, you get a proof and see it with your eyes and make sure everything's okay. But you guys are good to go, and if you're following along, your book is going to be published soon, so congratulations, you guys did it, yay! I hope this video helped, and I will see you all next time.